Welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora inside of our studios here. Proud to be here with you as we get set for the 2024-25 season for the Army Black Knights, their first inside of the American Athletic Conference, first as a member of a conference in forever. So very happy for this historic moment, and I'm here with running back of the Army Black Knights, Kanye Udoh. Kanye, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing good, man. And first and foremost, I mean, you're on a team that obviously runs the ball and runs it well. Just what you could say about what it is about this offense that is so exciting for you. What kind of sticks out to you in a special way?
Definitely our connection. Like we're definitely a brotherhood. Like a lot of teams say it all the time, but I believe our offense, especially, like it's just a group of guys just out there playing for each other.
You talk about being a brotherhood. Obviously, being a part of Army is different, right? The United States Army is atypical of going to an Alabama or a Texas or an LSU and whatnot. So that brotherhood goes deeper, and there's more to it, and there's more being asked of you. So how would you describe what it's like to be a part of the United States Army when it comes to that brotherhood?
It's definitely a special feeling because like it's difficult, like the stuff that we have to go through as cadets and the responsibilities with football, but it's definitely worth it. Like knowing that 100 something people on the team have your back and that they would do anything for you. It's a special feeling and special place.
What made you say yes? You came from Mays Landing, New Jersey. West Point's not too far away in New York. Why Army?
So coming out of high school, I just felt like when I was being recruited by them, like it felt different than any other school that was recruiting me. And I truly felt like West Point would be a place that would make me a better version of myself and would challenge me to grow as a person.
And joining the United States Army to be a cadet, like you said, there's more beyond football. And as we go to the next chapter of your life that's going to be asked of you, why commit to something like that? Why commit to the United States Army?
It's definitely just like a selfless feeling, like wanting to serve others and lead others and be the person that people can look up to and count on when stuff goes wrong or count on just to lead them to good.
Kanye, where did that come from? Where does that desire to help others come from in your life? What would you attribute that to?
I would say my grandma, she passed away a couple years ago to breast cancer, but
Sorry.
while she was with us, she was huge in the community, like in Atlantic City with the church and everything. She was always giving to people, always helping people out. She was a teacher in Atlantic City, and if you go over there, like everybody knows who Miss Barbara is, just because she taught everybody and always looked out for everybody while she was teaching, and even afterwards in the church and in the community. So she definitely inspired me to serve others, to be selfless.
And what was their first name?
Barbara.
Barbara. So for you, like you said, obviously that spirit lives on, and she lives on with you, and obviously is watching over you in heaven. How do you keep your grandmother's spirit alive? Like you said, helping the community, being out there and doing things for other people. How do you make sure that her spirit continues to impact others?
Oh, that's a good question. Definitely just doing the next right thing. Like always trying to do the right thing that I know that she would do. Sounds like generic, but it's the truth. Like I know like okay, she would help this person out. Like maybe I need to go help this person out. Like just looking out for others and doing everything I can for people.
Kanye, who's looked out for you as we're here with Kanye Udoh, Army Black Knights running back in the 2024-25 season preview here on Wake Up Call? Who's looked out for you in your life when you talk about looking out for others? Who's been there for you besides grandma? Who else can
Mm.
you say has looked out for you?
Outside of family or family too.
Whoever you'd like to mention.
Then gonna mention my mom, obviously. She's looked out for me my entire life. Like inserted a lot of the ideals that I have into my life, helped me grow into the man that I am now.
What's mom's first name?
Catherine.
Catherine. So, what do you want to say to Catherine if she's watching here right now? What would you want her to know?
Hey mom, shout out to you. Thank you for everything that you did to me. Love you.
So, Kanye, we're getting ready for the season. How would you describe? I got to speak with your head football coach, Jeff Monken, who's been there for a while now, and we were talking about kind of getting back to who Army is, but at the same time having elements to this offense. How would you describe the offense here in 2024-25?
It allows us to do a lot of different things, and it allows us to be different. Like it allows us to be harder to game plan against, and it just allows us to get a lot of guys the ball in different ways, or like the same way, but just an entirely different look that teams are going to have to prepare against.
In your only season in college so far, 2023 last season, 99 carries, 524 yards, 5.3 yards a carry, and a touchdown rushing. Just what you could say about what you learned from that first season collegiately and the level of competition that you went up against.
Just like Coach Monken says all the time, it's never easy to win a college football game, no matter who you play. And that's definitely a lesson that I learned last season. Like last season, you definitely have to put in the time, prepare mentally, physically, spiritually, do everything you have to do to get ready to play on Saturdays, no matter who you face.
And we saw that, as an independent for so long, the schedule from year to year can change outside of playing the Navies and the Air Forces of the world. But there's going to be obviously changes in this
Mhm.
schedule. Teams like Syracuse and Boston College and some of these other teams, Delaware State, University of Louisiana Monroe. There's going to be adjustments to this because you're going to be playing a conference schedule now. But there is a game that I've circled here because it was, in my opinion, a great game to watch and could be a budding rivalry. And that's UTSA, who is in the Conference of the American Athletic. You were on the road against them last year on September 15th on a Friday night, won the game 37-29. Bring me into your thoughts on UTSA and now being in the American with them, just what that could maybe create because we know that they're coming to visit you on Saturday, November 30th.
Right. They're a great team, well coached. Got some great guys over there, great athletes. It's gonna be fun to play them. That's all I really have to say. Great team.
Yeah, and I know the first game you got coming up is against Lehigh, and that will be at home on Friday, August 30th. For those that have never been to West Point, how would you describe the atmosphere, no matter who the opponent is, of what it's like to play on the grounds of the Army Black Knights?
I would say just the whole experience was coming on the campus for the first time, then going to a football game is very unique compared to any other school. Like we have helicopters fly over, Army helicopters. You're gonna see the Corps of Cadets, whole bunch of cannons going off. Just an entirely unique football experience in like say another school, and it really personifies like who we are as a team and as a culture here at Army.
And you said that experience is so unique. What traditions does the team have either the day before the game or going into the game? For those that don't kind of know just what those key pieces are every game, what are you doing tradition wise at home at West Point going into a game?
Um, like as far as what the team does, the tradition, like if we have any team traditions
Yeah,
before the game.
if you have anything that Coach Munkin has like consistency with every game.
Oh, okay, I got you. Every game, Coach Munkin has the same pregame meal, no matter where we go. Same pregame meal.
What's the meal?
It's like steak, mashed potatoes, asparagus, and yams.
So are you prepared to eat that for the next 13 weeks?
I am prepared to eat that. But like it changes everywhere you go because different people cook it differently. So it's like a different meal every time, kind of.
Yeah. And Kanye, before I let you go here, taking a look at this upcoming season, we know that your quarterback is back in Bryson Daly. What can you say about his leadership and just what it's like to have number 13 under center?
First off, just all the way shout out to him. He is like one of the most attentive leaders that I've been around in football. He is so like focused, hyper focused on what he's doing, what everybody else is doing. Like he's one of those guys who can line up and say, "You're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this" for all 11 guys on the offense. And like he really instills that confidence for the guys around him. Like we know that we can trust this guy and he's going to give us everything that he got every single snap, no matter what. Like the way he attacks the weight room, the way he attacks the field, the way he attacks meetings, everything. Like he's giving it everything he has every single time.
Well, and as far as giving it everything you have before we jump into rapid fire and have some fun with that, in the backfield with you, you have Tyrell Robinson, Jake Rendina, Miles Stewart, Cal Helms, pardon me here, and AJ Williams, Helms as a quarterback, AJ Williams, Jarrell Dixon. So there's a bunch of guys here that are in the backfield, potentially going to be in the backfield with you, with a team that runs the ball so much. How would you describe the other guys that you share the running back room with?
I'll say we're all just one team. Like we're all unified. Like it's never no like contempt when somebody else goes in the game. Just like, hey, that's my boy, that's my brother. He's going in the game. I want to see him do great things. I'm gonna help him in every single way I can. He's gonna help me in every single way he can. So we all just want to see each other win. We all want to see each other do great.
Kanye, what's a personal goal for you this season? Besides, obviously, the team wanting to win every game, what's the personal Kanye Udoh goal for this 2024 season?
Personal Kanye Udoh goal is winning the CIC.
Okay. Why'd you pick that?
Just those games, like it's very hard to describe to people who hasn't played into the games. Like watching them, some people get the vibe, the energy that comes from the players and how bad they want to win. But being able to experience it last year and just the atmosphere before the game and playing the game is totally different than any other football game that I played in my life. So just being able to go out there and win those games.
Yeah, you bring up that Navy. That game is at the end of the regular season. You're both in the same conference now, but it's not considered a conference game. It's still going to be your 13th game for Army as well as for Navy. And you just described, Commander in Chief and what it's like here. But bring me into what it felt like last year, what that energy was, because we can talk about it. You can watch it. You can come on campus for a visit for it. But when you're in that game, what's the energy like with two teams that want to win well beyond football? And I think that's the biggest thing is that's not a football game. That's like, hey, we want bragging rights as a military institution.
Yeah, you want to beat the guy next to you type of game. But knowing that you're playing a group of guys who go through similar things as you, and like since the day I showed up here at West Point, like be Navy, be Navy, be Navy, be Navy, be Navy, written everywhere in the weight room, break down on it, like everything just be Navy, be Navy. And I'm sure it's the same for them. So that build up to the game is like no other rivalry in college football.
Yeah, and we know that that is something that still has its own place. How important is that to be in the same conference as Navy, but to still have the Army Navy game on its own island, essentially?
It's great that they made that distinction and still kept that game like sacred and kept the tradition going with that game and kept it as America's game.
Final note here, we get to play rapid fire. Kanye, you never get to ask questions as a student athlete, but we're going to flip the script and let that happen. That's what we do here on Wake Up Call. So you can ask me anything in the world, literally any subject. I have to answer it, and we're going to go back and forth. So you ask the first, then I'll go. We'll get a couple in here. What do you got for me?
How old are you?
38. Is that the
Yeah.
question? Is that the full question?
Yeah, yeah. I thought we were going like real quick, real
Oh
quick.
yeah, yeah. We'll go back and forth here. Okay, so favorite food?
Crabs.
Crabs. All right.
Favorite animal?
Got to be my dog Lily, and I'm just a dog person in general. If you could turn into an animal for a day, what would you be?
Lion.
Why?
No, panther.
Okay, why?
They're just cool.
They're just cool. All right.
They're just cool. Uh, Favorite basketball team?
NBA wise?
NBA vibes. Only
Okay.
one right answer.
Toronto Raptors is my answer.
Wrong answer.
Wrong answer, you said?
Wrong answer.
What's the right answer?
Warriors.
Warriors. Well, 2019, baby. I think we told everybody what the answer was back then. All right,
Okay.
we're gonna get in. You and I'll get in one more after this one. My second to last one is best message you've ever heard, like best piece of advice.
Control what you can control.
Agreed. All right, your last one.
Um, I'm gonna say most impactful thing a family member did for you.
Support me. My grandparents and my parents supported my dreams, told me I could be whatever I wanted to be. My mom, especially, just
Mm.
fanned that flame every single day of my life. Just told me
Yeah,
to go out
giving
and
you
do it. What'd you
that
say?
confidence. So yeah, just giving you that confidence is huge. I
Yeah.
definitely like relate to that.
Yeah. My last one for you, Kanye. Three words to describe Army this season.
Toughness, courageous, and determined.
Toughness, courageous, and determined. Kanye Udoh here, Army Black Knights running back 2024-25 season preview here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora and our overall coverage of the American Athletic Conference. Kanye, I know it's the first time that we got to talk, but it was definitely my pleasure. I appreciate you giving me a couple minutes after practice, and hopefully you and I will get to talk soon.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
Of course, man. Thank you.